Joining us is Jim Jaworski, President and General Manager of the Daytona Tortugas. We are on location at the Daytona Tortugas ball field, which is the historic Jackie Robinson ballpark. So welcome to the program, Jim.
Thanks for having me, absolutely.
Very glad to have you. So what led you in joining this organization? I know that you started out kind of going through different aspects of what needs to be done on a ballpark and for a team. What has been your evolution in terms of your role?
Sure, I've always been involved in sports, right? Growing up, playing as many sports as I can, right? Just being involved as much as I possibly could. Had the opportunity to play baseball at the college level, and I also coached baseball at the college level as well. And I knew I wanted to be involved in sports. I didn't know exactly what that looked like. And so I was fortunate enough to get an internship with the Lakeland Flying Tigers, with the Tigers organization over in Lakeland. Had an absolutely great experience, learned as much as I possibly could. Thankfully, an opportunity opened up here in Daytona Beach, and just celebrated my 16th season here with the organization. So, really made it my goal to learn as much as I possibly could about different aspects of what it takes to run a minor league baseball organization. Fortunate to have 5 different positions here with the organization. Been the general manager since 2019, and then, of course, continued on here with the organization. So, super honored to call this home, right? And to come here to the office every day is pretty special for sure.
That's great. That's wonderful. I think for a lot of people, they would say, well, they come, they participate in the entertainment here in the ballpark, and they sit in the chair, they have their hot dog, they root for the team.
Sure.
But there's a lot that goes on, and you mentioned having several roles as you were growing within the organization. What's a typical day like, for you as a general manager? What would your functions be? What give people a glimpse into what's behind the scenes?
Yeah, there's 2 different types of days, right? There's game day and there's non-game day. And game day is why we do what we do, right? And we get everything ready during the day. We make sure that the tables are set out. We make sure that we're ready for our groups and different hospitalities. Continuing to manage the ticket sales, and you name it, we do it, right? From A to Z. From the moment you step foot on the island, from parking to ticketing to merchandise to concessions. So making sure that all those things are ready to go, right? And then there's the other part of my job is the baseball side, right? And so making sure that not only the Tortugas have what they need, but also the visiting teams that come into town, the umpires from A to Z, you name it, right? So that's for me the most interesting part of balancing those 2 things, right? You're very much balancing the business side of the operation, but then you're also assisting in the baseball side, right? Which is the part that I truly enjoy. And then the fans, right? And then to be able to open the gates, to see, maybe it's somebody's first time here at Jackie Robinson Ballpark, right? And to your point, to be able to put on a show is truly a special balance in how everything comes together.
Very good. Well, we hear a little background noise, in the ball field. They're doing some construction. One of the questions I was going to ask you is about, how do you balance between modernizing the operations and the facilities and also preserving the long tradition of this ballpark with Jackie Robinson, and also, not the least of which, is preserving your bottom line, because it's got to make financial sense.
Well, and it's all important, right? And so a large part of what we do on a daily basis is make sure that we're managing and have the guest expectation, right? And to make sure that we're doing the things that we need to do. It's all about that experience, right? And the same thing goes for the players. It's managing that experience so that they can continue to do what they need to do. Obviously, there's way more focus on nutrition. There's way more focus in technology that we have to be able to do those different things. So it's about experiences all the way across the board, not only from the fan experience, but also from the player experience as well. And to be able to do it at a historic ballpark is something that we don't take lightly. And making sure that we can accomplish all those things to still keep professional baseball here in Daytona Beach.
That's fantastic. And so you went from a role of principally being involved in sales to more of the general manager. That transition obviously puts a lot more focus on all the things you talked about, but also the fact that it's a business, right? And I think a lot of people don't recognize that aspect maybe initially. They think, oh, we'll go down to the ballpark, we'll see a game, this will be great. But you're running a business with a lot of different aspects going on. So what are some of the things that you think about in terms of how that plays in?
Yeah, I mean, sales is number one, right? And whether that's corporate sales, whether it's ticket sales, whether it's group sales, whether it's merchandise, concessions, all those different elements are tied in with each other, right? And so it's making sure that each individual staff member that we have on our team is doing the things that they need to do to continue to move us forward. You know, we've been fortunate the past couple of years to continue to grow attendance, to continue to grow our awareness. And that's a large part of that as well. It's about managing costs and, you know, doing the things that we need to do, you know, managing those budgets in certain areas. But at the end of the day, there's things we need to do. And at the end of the day, there's things that we need to take care of and to continue to upgrade the facility where necessary. So it's all part of the balance, all part of the mix. If you have it figured out, let me know.
Yeah. I think every business is always continuing to figure it out. When you talk about, you know, providing the fan experience. I mean, there's a lot of people behind the scene, as we mentioned. How many total staff do you have that help to make this happen?
Yeah, so right now we have 9 full-time staff. We'll bring in 6 interns as a part of our internship program throughout the season. And then at any given time, there's 75 to 100, you know, of our game day staff, whether that's in concessions or tickets or parking, ushers, you name it. So it's a team sport, right? And it very much takes a team effort to do the things that we need to do for 66 home games throughout the course of the season.
Right. I was expecting you to say more. That's a lot to do for the staff that you mentioned. And one last final question I wanted to ask you, or on my make sure I ask you list, is the relationship with the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
So tell us just a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So as you look at the organization, everything on the field comes from the Reds. So that's from the players to the coaches to the trainers, strength and conditioning coach, nutritionist, you name it. And obviously that's a large part of our operation, right? And so it's working hand in hand with the Reds to do the things that they need to do from a development standpoint, but also obviously provides the players for the fans to enjoy as well. So they've been absolutely fantastic partners. We just finished our 10th season with the Reds. Tremendous partners as we look ahead to move forward.
Excellent. Well, to put on what you do here, it obviously is a huge advantage to have an organization like the Cincinnati Reds involved. But, you know, this is the pride of Daytona with the Jackie Robinson Historic Ballpark. So it's very excited to be here and to see the renovations that are taking place and continuing to improve the facility. So we compliment you on what you're doing here. Thank you, Jim.
It's a team effort. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.